Now, who else am I impressed with today? I'll tell you. Danielle Smith, my favorite premier. And because why? Because she's fighting back against Mark Carney. She's even planning for the worst case scenario, which Carney's staying as prime minister. But this is really smart, and this is why Danielle Smith is going to win re-election, because it's ideas like this, and I love how she framed this
and that includes
argument.
Interference from Ottawa. I would certainly hope that the new Prime Minister has taken the time to read our Constitution, and I would direct him to pay specific attention to Section 92A, which gives the province, not the federal government, the exclusive jurisdiction over non-renewable natural resources.
Well, Trudeau never read his Constitution either, even though his father repatriated it, because non-renewable natural resources are in the jurisdiction of the provinces. It's there. Alberta is very aware of this.
Alberta will continue in its pursuit of doubling our oil and gas production to meet the growing global demand for energy. And we will not let Ottawa stand in our way. We will not tolerate the continuous unconstitutional overreaches made by the federal Liberal government. Measures like the emissions cap, the net zero electricity regs, the net zero electric vehicle mandate, and the energy industry advertising ban must be stopped now. And make no mistake, Alberta will do whatever it takes to shield our economy from the Liberals' growth.
Yeah, there's that private members bill. It's still alive. Well, it won't be at the election, and he's not running again. Good chance it might not. It's a good chance it might die, because Charlie Angus said he's not running again, and it was his private members bill, but it was insane. It would criminalize any promotion advertising of fossil fuels. Crazy.
Killing lunacy. These amendments we're introducing today would include denying federal workers access to our facilities and the information they contain. I will continue to fiercely and unapologetically stand up for Albertans and defend the best interest of our province, our economy, and our industry. This ongoing tariff dispute has proven now more than ever that Canada must build big and build fast to reach new global markets for export. Canadians and politicians from across the country are calling for new pipelines to be built, east, west, and north, to secure our future and end our reliance upon our southern trading partner. However, if the new Prime Minister wants to resume an old fight, well, we will. We'll fight tooth and nail. Because if we can't make these decisions and build, then it's so obvious, when it's so obviously in the national interest, then what kind of an economic future does Canada have? Today's amendments are a warning, but they're also an invitation to Ottawa. Let's talk. Let's rise to the occasion. Let's use Canada's riches to protect our nation. And with that, I'd like to ask Minister Vicky.
Now, sentiment for separation is going to be increasing in Alberta if Mark Carney continues to be the Prime Minister. If Poilievre becomes Prime Minister, we might get some relaxation. But this is why this election is one of the most crucial elections in Canadian history. I don't say that lightly. I don't call every election the most crucial. The last election, we didn't even have a choice. Aaron O'Toole was a red Tory. He had the same policies as Justin Trudeau. There was no choice. There was no choice at all. This time we have more of a choice. And it's up to Pierre Poilievre perhaps to save this country from disaster. And I say that in all seriousness. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, folks. Don't listen to Justin Trudeau. We need this kind of attitude in Canada right now, because let me tell you, Justin Trudeau will fight tooth and nail to stay as leader of the Liberal Party and as Prime Minister of Canada, and he will use every trick in the Liberal handbook to do that. So we have to be vigilant, and we have to have perseverance to fight this battle to the end. As I've been saying since this station went on the air, we need to resolve to resist. And we need to fight for our free speech and our democratic rights to say what we believe, to speak, as John Diefenbaker said. And don't forget that t-shirt that's available out there in the store. I speak as a free Canadian, free to speak, free to believe in what I choose. And Justin Trudeau is not going to interfere with that. Thanks for being a part of the Craydens Right Resistance, and we'll see you again soon.
So we are in a very precarious position in this country. We need a political change, but we also need the resolve to resist.